Every generation of the NFL gives us players who don't just win games.
You see that, huh? You just got
Small
that.
things like that.
You just picked that up, huh?
Yeah, I might have to watch for that on other teams now.
Ja'Marr Chase continuing to put up incredible numbers. That is his NFL-leading 14th touchdown.
They alter the sport's entire cultural DNA.
It's the most money ever paid to a non-quarterback in this league. Justin Jefferson, Minnesota, has signed with the Vikings. Great player, 4 years, $140 million. It feels a little bit like an NBA contract. The difference, he's great.
And right now, we're living in the golden age of wide receivers. But rising above them all are two titans who shattered every rookie and veteran record in their path.
Darnold will throw. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson open.
And here's the best part. They were forged in the same legendary college offense.
Throwing deep. Has him in! Another touchdown! Jefferson hangs on this time for 6 points.
But who's the best? And whose career would you rather have? This is Ja'Marr Chase and Justin Jefferson.
One play to win the game, who are you throwing the ball to, Justin Jefferson or Ja'Marr Chase?
Man, that is a tough one, but I'm going with Justin Jefferson. I love JJ. I love the gritty. I love his air ball going up for the 50 grab.
But let's back up a bit and go all the way back to the bayous of Louisiana.
We just never really talked on that type of level to where we would talk all the time. We always hung out when we were in college, and you know, we always talked in that position. But
it's 2019 on the LSU campus. The Tigers fielded what is widely considered the greatest college football offense of all time. At the helm was Joe Burrow, but his weapons were what made the scheme utterly unstoppable. On the inside, playing primarily out of the slot, was Justin Jefferson.
Dodges the rush. Going for Jefferson again. It's another touchdown.
He was the chain mover, the route running technician, and the safety blanket who caught 111 passes for 1,540 yards and 18 touchdowns. He was lethal in the middle of the field. And on the outside was Ja'Marr Chase, a true sophomore who played like a veteran.
They bring a blitz. Is this the record tire? Flag down. It's a touchdown for Ja'Marr Chase.
Chase was the alpha, the deep threat, and the perimeter bully who won the Biletnikoff Award as the nation's best receiver.
The winner of the 2019 Biletnikoff Award is Ja'Marr Chase from LSU.
He racked up 1,780 yards and 20 touchdowns, breaking SEC records in the process. Together, they pushed each other. They competed in practice, celebrated together in games. And all of this culminated in their magical run to the national championship.
But very effective. Now Burrow going to launch downfield for Chase. Who's got it? Touchdown, LSU!
But despite their shared dominance, NFL scouts viewed them through entirely different lenses. One was seen as the polished, high-floor slot receiver. The other was viewed as a generational, freak-of-nature outside weapon. These distinct narratives would set the stage for two very different draft nights. Nights that would shape the future of two desperate franchises looking for an identity. The 2020 NFL Draft was held virtually, due to the pandemic.
So good luck to every team, and let's get it started. It's now my honor to announce that the first ever virtual NFL Draft is officially open.
But the tension was palpable. Justin Jefferson sat at home, waiting for his name to be called. But despite his historic college production, the league had doubts. Scouts labeled him as just a slot guy.
Biggest con on his tape comes back in 2018, and it's the fact that that year he was an outside receiver and wasn't nearly as productive as this past season when he ran almost all of his routes.
They questioned his top-end speed and whether he could beat press coverage on the outside in the NFL. So, teams passed. 4 wide receivers were taken before him. Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and most infamously, the Philadelphia Eagles bypassed Jefferson at pick 21 to select Jalen Reagor.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Reagor.
One pick later at number 22, the Minnesota Vikings, having just traded away their star receiver Stephon Diggs, called Jefferson's name.
With the 22nd pick in the 2020 draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Justin Jefferson, wide receiver, LSU.
They needed a replacement, but they got a revolution. Jefferson entered the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. He kept a list of every receiver drafted ahead of him. He went on the record and said, "Every single person who picked a receiver instead of me is going to pay. I'm going to show them that I'm the better receiver than the pick that they had." I'm definitely excited to get into Minnesota and compete for a Super Bowl. And 1 year later, the 2021 NFL Draft brought its own set of dramas. Ja'Marr Chase opted out of the 2020 college football season. He hadn't played a meaningful snap of football in over a year. The Cincinnati Bengals held the 5th overall pick. They had Joe Burrow coming off a knee injury, and the entire football world was screaming for them to draft offensive tackle Penei Sewell to protect their franchise quarterback. But Burrow wanted his guy. He lobbied the front office to bring his old LSU teammate to Cincinnati, and the Bengals listened.
With the 5th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Ja'Marr Chase, wide receiver, LSU.
Selecting Chase at number 5, the reaction from analysts was mixed.
From the Baltimore Ravens, etc., that are going to load up the box. This guy, and as soon as I put this young man's film on, I wrote down 80 catches for 1,000 yards.
Then came the 2021 preseason. Chase struggled. He dropped passes in practice. He dropped passes in exhibition games. And a narrative quickly formed that he couldn't adjust to the larger, differently striped NFL football. Critics were loud, calling him a potential bust before September even rolled around. 2 different draft nights, 2 receivers were doubted for completely different reasons. Jefferson was told he was a product of the slot. Chase was told that he lost his touch and that his team made a historic mistake by drafting a skill player over a lineman. Both would spend their rookie campaigns proving everyone absolutely wrong.
Cousins taking a deep shot for Jefferson. Great adjustment and the kick.
Going deep, Ja'Marr Chase. He's got it. Chase to the end zone. That's a Bengal touchdown.
Justin Jefferson didn't even start the first 2 games of his rookie season. The Vikings eased him in, playing him behind veteran Olabisi Johnson. But by week 3 against the Tennessee Titans, they had no choice but to unleash him. Jefferson erupted for 175 yards and a touchdown. From that moment on, he was essentially unguardable.
He's taking a deep shot. Jefferson's got separation, and he's got the catch inside the 40. Jefferson still going. See you later.
He wasn't just a slot receiver. He was a manipulator of defensive backs, led the league in deep catches, and made veteran cornerbacks look foolish with his route running. He finished his 2020 rookie campaign with 1,400 receiving yards, breaking the NFL rookie record previously held by Anquan Boldin. His signature touchdown dance, the Gritty, became a global phenomenon. It was replicated by kids on playgrounds and professional athletes across the world. Justin Jefferson had officially put the league on notice that a new era of receiver play had dawned. But records are meant to be broken, and Ja'Marr Chase took that personally. In week 1 of the 2021 season, against Justin Jefferson's Minnesota Vikings, Chase silenced the preseason critics immediately. He caught a 50-yard bomb for a touchdown from Joe Burrow, finishing with 101 yards.
Burrow has time and open. Catch no. First down, Ja'Marr Chase.
The drop narrative evaporated instantly into the air. Chase's rookie season wasn't just good. It was terrifying for opposing defenses. While Jefferson won with precision, Chase won with explosiveness. He routinely turned short slant routes into 70-yard touchdowns. In Week 7 against the Ravens, he posted 201 yards.
Good blocking on the screws. Chase found the... Oh, there he goes! He had him in a blender, and he's off to the races. This will be 6. What a play! 82 yards!
Then in Week 17, with the AFC North Division title on the line against the Kansas City Chiefs, Chase delivered a game for the ages. 11 catches, 266 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
There it is to the end zone, and he comes down with it. Outrageous. What a catch. Chase, 101.
He finished his rookie year with 1,455 yards, shattering Jefferson's fresh rookie record, and winning the Offensive Rookie Award.
In the 2021 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year presented by NFL All Day is Ja'Marr Chase.
Then Chase carried his dominance into the playoffs, setting the NFL rookie record for postseason receiving yards while helping drag the Bengals to Super Bowl 56. Both rookies had arrived. The ceiling of what a first-year receiver could do was forever broken. But the scary part? They were just getting started. Now, if you want to understand Justin Jefferson's greatness, you don't have to look at his sheer speed or brute strength. You look at his mind and his feet. From 2021 onward, Jefferson embarked on a statistical tear that no receiver in the history of the sport has ever matched. He followed up his rookie year with 1,616 yards and 10 touchdowns in 2021.
Cousins settles in, over the middle, Jefferson wide open. Jefferson inside the 25, and Diggs finally able to pull him down.
But it was his 2022 campaign that cemented him as the undisputed best wide receiver on the planet.
Cousins over the middle. How is he that wide open? Jefferson again inside the 10, lunging for the end zone. Touchdown!
In 2022, under new head coach Kevin O'Connell, Jefferson became the focal point of a modernized passing attack. He finished the year with 128 receptions and 1,809 receiving yards, becoming the youngest player in NFL history to lead the league in both categories, adding 8 touchdowns. He won the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award.
And the 2022 AP Offensive Player of the Year is
Justin Jefferson.
And what makes Jefferson's peak so undeniable is the sheer volume of his consistency. He is always open. It doesn't matter if you double team him. His ability to disguise his routes is unparalleled. He demands the defense's entire attention on every single snap. He's a master of spatial awareness. And by the end of his 5th season, Jefferson had completely rewritten the history books. He shattered the NFL records for most receiving yards in a player's first 3, 4, and 5 seasons. He became the fastest player in NFL history to reach 6,000 career receiving yards, tying Hall of Famer Lance Alworth, and provided a guaranteed baseline of greatness every single Sunday. He's reached 1,000 yards in every single season, sitting at over 8,400 yards in just 6 years, with 42 touchdowns and 90 yards per game. You could almost pencil him in for 100 yards before he even stepped off the team bus. While Jefferson operates with precision, Ja'Marr Chase operates like a wrecking ball. Since entering the league, Chase has established himself as the most dangerous big play threat in the NFL. When he touches the football, he isn't just looking for a first down, he's looking for the end zone.
Found him. Oh, there he goes!
Chase consistently leads the NFL in touchdown catches of 40, 50, and 60 yards or more. His play style is a rare combination of world-class track speed and the functional strength of a running back. Cornerbacks don't just have to worry about staying in front of him, they have to worry about tackling him. Once the ball is in his hands, his contact balance is legendary. He shrugs off defensive backs, breaks arm tackles, and accelerates past closing safeties as if they were standing still. What makes Chase's peak so remarkable is his evolution. Defenses tried everything to take away his deep routes. They played 2 high safeties, forcing the Bengals to throw underneath. So, Chase adapted. He became a high-volume target monster and proved he wasn't just a deep threat. He's logged an unbelievable 125-plus receptions in consecutive seasons. In 2025 alone, he caught 125 passes for 1,412 yards while being targeted 185 times.
6. Joe Burrow signals to max protection, knowing that now he's only going to have a 3-man.
His connection with Joe Burrow is almost like telepathy. On broken plays when Burrow is scrambling for his life, he always knows exactly where number 1 is going to be. They share a mind that has tortured the AFC for half a decade. Just look at the sheer volume of his production year after year. After his 1,455-yard, 13-touchdown rookie season explosion in 2021, he followed it up with 1,046 yards and 9 scores in 2022, even while missing time due to injury.
Floats it, caught for a first down.
In 2023, he continued his tear with another 1,216 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Chase goes back behind him and makes a terrific catch.
2024 was his absolute masterpiece. Chase put together one of the most dominant campaigns in NFL history, logging 127 catches for a staggering 1,708 yards and 17 touchdowns.
As they try to get their ground game going, Burrow to the end zone.
He captured the incredibly rare receiving triple crown, leading the NFL in receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
And a catch! Beautiful grab by Ja'Marr Chase.
By the end of his 5th year, the numbers were insane. Across his first 5 seasons alone, Chase had already racked up 520 receptions, 6,837 receiving yards, and 54 total touchdowns. He didn't just put up stats, he completely redefined what it means to be an explosive apex predator in the modern NFL. But it's easy to put up numbers when everything's perfect. The true measure of a legend is what they do when the ecosystem crumbles.
Right now, he's limping over to the sideline.
If you're a Bengals fan.
Oh, no. You have Joe Burrow still down.
Both Jefferson and Chase faced immense adversity regarding the most important factor in a receiver's life, their quarterback. In 2023, Justin Jefferson faced the darkest stretch of his career.
Just gets slammed to the ground.
First, he suffered a severe hamstring injury that sidelined him for weeks, the first major injury of his life. While he was rehabbing, his quarterback Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles. The Viking season went into a tailspin. When Jefferson returned, he had to catch passes from a carousel of backup quarterbacks like Nick Mullins. Yet, he still managed to cross the 1,000-yard mark in just 10 games. Entering subsequent seasons with Cousins gone and the Vikings transitioning to quarterbacks like Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy,
That's 6!
Jefferson proved that he was entirely quarterback-proof. He continued to post elite all-pro numbers regardless of who was throwing him the ball. He didn't need perfectly placed passes, he just needed a chance. Ja'Marr Chase's adversity actually mirrored Jefferson's. His quarterback Joe Burrow suffered a string of brutal injuries. A calf tear in 2023 and a season-ending wrist injury later that year. Critics wondered if Chase could produce without the man who had been throwing him the ball since their college days. Chase answered the call. Playing with backup quarterback Jake Browning, Chase took the offense onto his own shoulders.
Open down the sideline, drops it in! Ja'Marr Chase!
He became a volume monster, running shorter routes, taking screens, and fighting for dirty yards to keep the chains moving and the offense afloat. When Joe Flacco took snaps for the Bengals later in his career, Chase remained an unstoppable fantasy and real-life asset.
Right on the money to Ja'Marr Chase.
He averaged 14 targets a game during stretches, and proved he wasn't just a byproduct of Joe Burrow's brilliance. He was a foundational pillar of the franchise himself. He showed that true greatness is not dependent on the system. True greatness becomes the system. By the mid-2020s, Jefferson and Chase had done more than just dominate the stat sheets. They changed the economics and the culture of the wide receiver position. They became the faces of the NFL. Jefferson's gritty transcended football. It even became an emote in video games and a celebration performed by athletes across the globe. Chase's swagger, his diamond chains, and his unapologetic confidence made him a cultural icon in Cincinnati and beyond. More importantly, they reset the wide receiver market. When it came time for contract extensions, they didn't just ask for top dollar. They blew the roof off the market. Jefferson got a 4-year, $140 million extension with $110 million guaranteed. Chase got a 4-year, $161 million extension with $109 million guaranteed. They forced front offices to realize that an elite wide receiver is just as valuable as an elite edge rusher or a franchise left tackle, and proved that a transcendent perimeter weapon can mask offensive line deficiencies, elevate average quarterback play, and single-handedly dictate the flow of a game. They are both Hall of Fame locks before their 30th birthdays. They are the measuring sticks by which every single wide receiver product is now judged. The scouting question is no longer about just speed and hands. It's simply, is he Jefferson or is he Chase? So we arrive back at the ultimate question. If you're building a franchise from scratch today, who's your receiver? Do you take Justin Jefferson, the route-running perfectionist, and a technician who never drops a pass? Or do you take Ja'Marr Chase, the explosive apex predator?
And he gets 2 of them, and he's off to the races. It's a foot race.
The alpha wide receiver who plays with the physicality of a linebacker. Two different styles, two historic trajectories, two absolute legends of the game. One impossible choice. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to stick with Primetime. Hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other deep dives. I'll see you in the next one.